What's up, guys? This is Seville with another action figure review. Today, I'm going to discuss my first ever Storm Collectibles 1/12 scale figure. As you can see, this is
Reptile
from the hit video game series in his classic costume style. So, in just a minute, I'll get him out of the box and we'll look over all the details and accessories. Now that he's out, I can see that the description of 1/12 doesn't really add up here. When the description of something is 1/12, you're supposed to be basically taking a foot of length, depth, height, whatever, and turning it into an inch. But this is a 7-inch figure, and the Mortal Kombat ninjas should not be 7 foot tall. So as a huge fan of Mortal Kombat, I can already tell you that this is absolutely a great figure. While this is my first one from Storm Collectibles, I very seriously doubt it'll be my last. I've had my eye on these for quite some time, but I've been a little reluctant due to the high price points. However, now that I finally have one in my hand, it's going to be much harder to resist the next one. One of the things causing my resistance was being uncertain how they would measure up with the previous Mortal Kombat figures, such as the ones produced by Mezco based on Mortal Kombat X, which, as you can see, are significantly smaller than the Storm figure. But these new ones are made so well that I might just forego the Mezco line altogether and stick to what is clearly the best. So now, let's go over some of the details leading me to that point. First, the attention to detail is incredible, with all the different sculpted lines and textures in the figure. Most of the black areas of the ninja suit consist of the hard plastic sculpt that you'd come to expect. The green of the suit is actually kind of rubbery and flexible, so that it doesn't really hinder any of the movement of the articulation. The black skirting below the waist has the same rubbery effect, as do the hands, which are pretty easy to pull out to switch, and this little forearm piece here is actually just another little rubbery accessory that simply sits over the arm and is held in place when a hand is attached. Moving down to the legs, they have a very solid sculpt, as do the shin guards. Something that is not very solid, though, is my tripod. It just shattered when I was trying to move it, so the rest of this video may be a bit shaky. But I guess that's okay, though, because as I was going to show you before it shattered, Reptile can clearly stand on his own, even in cool martial arts positions. As I showed you earlier on the spinner, this figure does have a lot of accessories. Here you can see all the hands that can be swapped out, as well as a couple of the goo effects that can be applied to them, and the big force ball effect. He also has the alternate mask to look more like MK1, but I do prefer the MK2 style. And finally, he does have the reptilian style head, as well as an extended tongue. Plus, with all this, comes a little instruction pamphlet, which further details how all the accessories work. With all that said, I am still going to run through the articulation real quick, but it might be a little weird without my tripod. The head does turn side to side, as well as up and down. The shoulders have full rotation, as well as outward movement. The biceps also have full rotation, and the double jointed elbows have a good range as well. The wrists also have full rotation and up and down movement. The upper torso can move front to back with a decent amount of range, like so. And he does turn at the waist as well, but that is hindered by the suit. The legs have a full split range of movement. This pose practically speaks for itself. The hips move front to back pretty good as well, as does the double knee joint. And finally, the ankle has good up and down movement, like so, and there's also a toe joint for added stability. All this articulation makes for a lot of great, iconic Mortal Kombat poses. So let's make our way to the final score on this figure. Does Reptile have 20 points of articulation or more? Yes. Is the sculpt more than just a flat surface? Absolutely. Is it accurate to the character? Totally. Is it a totally new sculpt? No, not really. It's just a repaint of the other ninjas with new accessories. Does it scale well with other figures? Yes, with all the Storm Collectibles, but none others. Does it seem like a sturdy, solid figure? Absolutely. Does it have good balance? Well, yeah. I had him up on one leg earlier. Does it include accessories? Yes, many of them. Does the price seem fair for the product? Yes, if you can get it at retail and not secondhand. Which leads to the biggest problem, being able to find one. Sadly, these figures are not readily available. Which means this figure has 8 yes answers, leading to the 4-star rating. It is an awesome figure worth owning for even casual fans. So, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment below. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.
Finish him!
Wait, what? Oh no.
Fatality. Flawless victory. Outstanding.